What's going on, everybody? Well, I'm just out for a ride up a nice dirt road. Hey, you want to clear your head and just take a nice stroll sometimes. And that's what I'm out doing. Strolling in my four-wheel drive, just having something to do. But this video is about fraud, Nibiru fraud, and the fraudsters that fucking tell you about Nibiru. Okay, we're going to go to the number one suspect of Nibiru fraud, and that would be Planet X News. And they take a plasma roll with the backdrop of space and take a still image and doctor it up and try to tell you that it's either a planet or a sun. Well, I've got news for you. If there was any such shit like that on that satellite, you wouldn't be looking at that satellite because it would be shut down. It would have technical difficulties. It would be just like the ISS when people say they spotted UFOs and all of a sudden it just goes off. That's what would happen. And that's just simple and plain. Okay? And if it was a planet, it would shine like the rest of the planets that you see that goes through Earth. It would shine like a little ball of light with the beams coming out the side. But you don't see that now, do you? No, because it's a plasma roll and the backdrop of space doctored up. And I'm going to tell you why he done it. Because, well, people was getting caught on to the bullshit lens flares and reflections that he was showing from the chemtrails. And I'm going to tell you something about the chemtrails that you may not know. The chemtrails are part of Project Bluebeam. If you don't know what Project Bluebeam is, please look it up. Because it's like over in Saudi Arabia, where they had a hologram of 2 moons of Mars because, well, they were celebrating because they sent a robot or whatever to Mars. And they projected those 2 moons of Mars. And if you don't know about that, all you gotta do is just tap it in, look it up, you'll see it, they'll show it. It's 2 moons of Mars that are holograms. Okay? You take what they do is try to paint the sky white like a big projector. Some of you may not know what a projection screen is, but in school they had this projection screen. It was a big white son of a bitch, and the teacher would go up there and pull it down, and then she would go back there to her projector and cast it on the screen and show you. Okay? That's what they're trying to do with Project Bluebeam and the chemtrails. Also, the chemtrails will show a reflection of the sun simulator. I'm not going to call it a sun because it is not the sun, okay? It is a sun simulator. Because the sun is not white. And if you look at that son of a bitch, it looks white. And if the sun turns white, well, we're pretty much all going to be fucking dead. Because it would swell up, and it would eat Mercury, it would eat Venus, and it would eat Earth. if you can find anybody that's 35 years or older, around that age, and ask them, say, hey, what color did you color the sun when you was in school? What color did you color it? You know what color they're going to say? They're going to say fucking yellow. Why? Because it looked yellow. It did not look white. And all these assholes out there that say, there ain't no such thing as a sun simulator. Well, that's where they're fucking dead wrong. They've had patents on a fucking sun simulator since 1966. Yes, and you can look this shit up because Donald Trump declassified a whole hell of a lot of it. I thought I seen something over here on this hill for somebody, but anyway, I'm going to get out and take a break, and we're going to talk some more. So let's get out and take a break. Okay. When people look at you and say, there ain't no such thing as a sun simulator, because I can take my telescope or camera and look up at... No, you can't. You will bypass the sun simulator because it's really not that big. Because, well, when you look up into the sky, you really can't tell how big an object is. It's just like a plane when it flies overhead. When you look up at it, you can't look up there and say, oh my God, that's a Jumbo 747. No, you can't, because you don't know what it is, because when it's up that high, you ain't exactly sure what fucking size it is. And like I've been telling people for several years now, if you want Planet Nibiru, get your ass out, get you a telescope, and look at the night sky. Why? Because it is the first star that comes out at night. The very first star that comes out at night. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, my sky app says it's this. It says it's that. Well, your sky apps can be manipulated because why? They are made by man. And when something's made by man, it can be easily manipulated. Because I downloaded one and I pointed it towards Orion. And guess what it said? It said Planet 9 was right there in Orion. But it's not. Okay? And the other fraudsters, the other fraud givers, people like Wormwood Planet X, they show you the same shit pretty much that Planet X News shows you. Or lens flares. Or backscatter. Or bird shit that's on the fucking camera. And they holler, oh, it's a rotating sphere. Hits a planet. No, it's not. The most you're going to either see is a big reflection and the chemtrail clouds from the sun simulator. And they got it sitting pretty much right in front of the sun. And then, you know, they see that thing, and if you look at it just right, you'll see the sun, and you'll see the clouds that go over top. When you see the other sun, the so-called second sun or planet or whatever, you see the exact opposite. It hits a mirror, hits flipped upside down, and you'll see the clouds going across the bottom of it. Hits an exact opposite reflection. Okay? And if you've ever watched a movie in your life that had anything to do with the outdoors, when they take and point their camera towards the sun, it makes multiple lens flares. I mean, they could be, I don't know, 20 and 30. I've seen, I don't know how many lens flares when they shoot movies and stuff. And your camera can just about do the exact same thing. So let's talk about the people that get the little orb right beside the sun. Okay? I had a phone or camera, however in the hell you want to say it, that picked up the exact same object. This phone won't pick it up. Certain phones will, because there's a certain frequency. Okay? And there's a casing around the sun simulator. And if you go out and do simple experiments like take you a light bulb, no matter if it's fluorescent, a regular light bulb, and set and see if you can find that little orb on a light bulb, and you can't do it. You can't do it unless you put some kind of casing around it. And the best thing to do is match it up against, I know this is going to sound weird, but pole lights. Pole lights that has the bottom of them that's open, for they can come in there and unscrew the light bulb and put a light bulb back. If it's open, like the old time street lights used to be, and got that plastic casing around it, right there is where you're going to find your orb. It'll show you. I've done over 100 and some experiments to prove this to myself, okay? I don't take nobody's word for shit. None. I don't want you to even take my word for anything. I want you to go out and do your experiments. I want you to go out and do your research. Don't trust anybody, okay? Because they will lie to you just to get views, because they make money on that shit. I'm just a dude with a camera phone. I've not got no computer. I've not got no fancy fucking equipment. I'm just a dude with a cracked fucking phone telling you the hardcore truth. And that's why my channel is called Hard Truth Haul. I'll give you the hard truth no matter what you want. If you want to answer something, leave it in the comments. I will answer it. Because I tell you right now, I do more research than anybody on the planet. Anybody on the planet. Because most of the time, I'm on my phone searching for this shit. Searching everywhere. Everywhere. Trying to find out what's this, what's that, and all that. And that's what I do. And you can't just up and trust people when they say, well, that's a planet right there. No, you can't trust them and say, well, that's a sun right there next to the sun. That's a second sun. No. Suns will not come that close together. And if they do, well, we are fucked. It's just like our sun simulator that you look at every day. You look up at it and you say, oh my God, that thing's white. Well, if the real sun ever went white, you ain't got very much longer to live. That's just simple as it gets. It would swell up and it would eat Mercury, it would eat Venus, and it would eat Earth. And that's as simple as it gets. Then if you got two of them, if they was that close, and they merged, it would cause some kind of chain reaction that would probably obliterate Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and possibly Jupiter. And some of them holler about stellar cores. Stellar cores has never been proven. Stellar cores probably, they may exist, but they've never really been proven by anybody. But you don't trust nobody. Nobody. Don't even trust me. I don't want you to trust me. I want you to go out and I want you to do experiments and research for yourself and prove it to yourself. Because I just tell you, these chemtrails, they ain't only for blocking the sun simulator. It's going to be part of Project Bluebeam. Because they are trying to make the sky into a projection screen. And the bad guys, they're going to try to make one or two things happen. They're going to either try for an alien invasion, which I really don't think a whole lot of people would buy into, because if aliens wanted to invade us, we would have no chance whatsoever. Because I'm telling you, there's like thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even millions of light years and ahead of us. I mean, if they could travel here, yeah, we would be screwed. But they could use Project Bluebeam and the chemtrails to bring you a fake Messiah. Could you imagine somebody videoing a giant man in the sky being Jesus, and all of a sudden he just floats down and ends up in a city like maybe Rome or Israel or something like that, and they holler, "Oh, he's Jesus, he just shrunk himself back down to man size, and this is our Messiah right here." They could pick anybody out to be a Messiah, and you people would eat it up. But don't trust the frauds. Do your own research. I mean, if you got to take a still picture of a plasma roll and try to claim it as a planet and doctor it up, there's something bad wrong with you. And if you ain't done your research and done your experiments and come out and see most of the time you capture is a reflection from a chemtrails, there's something wrong with you. You just want to keep believing the same lie over and over. And I'm not about that. I do my own experiments, I do my own research, and that's what I asked Jens to do. But if you truly want Nibiru and you have a telescope, look for the first star out towards the east. It comes out every night first before any other star. No matter what your sky app names it. It can name it Antares, it can name it freaking Jupiter, it can name it freaking Venus, but if you'll sit and stare at that star night after night, month after month, year after year, that star barely does move and everything else rotates around it. And there's four more. There's four more that's scattered out amongst us. Pretty much straight line now. From east to west. I've got no lie to tell you, no reason to make up a lie. I'm not sitting here and looking at the sun saying, "Oh, there's an orb, oh my God, there's a second sun." It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Nibiru rose up out of a sea of darkness in the night sky, hidden in plain sight. And all they doing is tricking you with the daytime skies. So it's up to you to learn. It's up to you to learn the frauds and the fakes. Do your own experiments. Do your own research. I'm begging you. Take nobody's word for nothing. Not even mine. I just tell you, I'm not going to lie to you, but I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to go out and do your own experiments, your own research. And if you do that, you'll find out the truth. And, well, this is hard. This is Hard Truth Hall. Signing off. Because, well, I did have almost 300 subscribers, and I loved every one of you. I really did. But my phone crashed. I didn't have it backed up. I lost my YouTube channel. I lost my Gmail. I lost my Facebook. I lost every one of them. My phone just crashed, and I had to redo everything. but I've got no reason to lie to you. And the next time I do a video, I'm going to make sure the sun's out, and I'm going to show you this phone will not pick up that little orb or any other second sun unless the geoengineering's out. There's certain frequencies that will pick up the little orb that comes from the casing of the sun simulator. And you have to go out and you have to do your research. I know. I've done hours of it, hundreds of hours of it, hundreds of experiments, hundreds of it. So many different phones, so many different cameras, so many different lights. But don't trust nobody. Not even me. Just do your homework like I asked you. Stay away from the fraud. You can spot them. You can spot them. All they want is money. Is what most people on YouTube want. They just want money. They want you to like their videos. They want you to buy their stupid mugs. They want you to buy their stupid shirts. And they just want to use you. Is pretty much is what they want to do. They pretty much want to use you for what you can give them. And you can give them money by buying their crap and believing them. Don't even believe a physicist. Because I tell you, a physicist, she used to be with Chris Potter when she first started and sent papers out to Chris Potter and he read them out. But guess what? You went and got them and find them on physics.org. Physics.org was the same thing. Only thing she done was add a little bit of shit. Add a little bit of shit that didn't make no sense. And that's what she done because I went and looked up every one of them. So, do your own experiments. Do your own research. Trust nobody. Not even me. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself if you want to know the actual truth. If you don't want to know the truth, then just keep following dumbasses that went from showing you lens flares and reflections to a still image of a plasma roll and a backdrop of space. But I promise you, you'll never learn nothing unless you do it yourself. And this is Hard Truth Hall. I'm signing out. Like I said, the next time I do a video, I'm going to make sure the sun's out. See if I can see their little orb. See if I can see their little reflection. But trust nobody. Not even me. Do your own research. Do your own experiments. I can't say it enough. Just do it.